Guys, I am Wartabar. Thank you for watching. Here with the awesome Eric Shapiro. This is Unsung Songs Sydney. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz, and stay tuned for more.
Hi everyone and welcome to this new installment of Unsung Songs Sydney. My name is Eric Striparo and this is a podcast about music, life, the universe and anything else. We are here, or I am here rather, to introduce many musicians and artists on the Sydney scene, basically because I'm a big fan of all of them, and I think it's important to have a chat, an informal chat, and feature them and hear what they think and what the process is and so forth. And today with us we have a very special guest. He's an amazing musician, and not only, also a dancer. Here is with us Wartabar. Hey, yeah, good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. It's good to be here.
It's great to have you. Look, so welcome to the show for a start, and thank you for being here. So I introduced you and I said that you are a dancer and a musician, and I'd really like to explore a bit more about yourself and tell us in a few words who you are, what you do.
Sure. So for those who don't know me, I'm Wartabar. I'm a singer-songwriter, musician, dancer. Really, I'm in the realm of pop music, but I grew up being influenced by a lot of R&B, soul, funk, disco, kind of like MJ, Prince, Stevie Wonder, James Brown, that kind of era. which is funny because like I'm young, so but like I love older music. And in terms of like who I am regarding to my music, I've just been doing music my whole life. It's something that I've always loved doing. And I think for me, I just realized I want to do something with this. I want to start recording songs. So I've actually started doing that. Even recently, last year, I released a single, which is cool. And I'm just working on more material at the moment, which is good.
That's amazing. Thanks for that. Look, you know what? Maybe let's use this opportunity to listen to one of your songs that I found online. It's This Love, and maybe after that we can talk about it a little bit. And let's listen to that now.
Take me to the wild, babe. My deliverance, I put it in your hands. Take me to the wild. 'Cause time and time again they took it all away. You fill my cup, I watch it overflow. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Kinda wild, you hate to watch it go. Ba-da-ba-ba. And time again I need your medication. And time again I wanna overdose. I've been walking out the line. I'm really hoping that it won't stop. When you're by me I just feel like I ain't even gotta hold up. We together in the moment. We ain't even gotta slow dance. Cause this love is on mine. 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 Wake me, yeah, my dreaming. Cause I cannot believe that this is really real. Wake me, yeah, my dreaming. Cause I cannot believe that this is happening. Fill me up above and overflow. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. More than even worrying, I know. Ba-da-ba-ba. And every time I think of you, it's so amazing. And every time I think of you, oh girl, I know. I've been walking out the line. I'm really hoping that it won't stop. When you're by me, I just feel like I ain't even gotta hold up. We together in the moment. We ain't even gotta gotta slow dance. Cause this love is all mine. 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 This love on your mind. Cause this love is all mine. 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 This love is all mine.
That's so good, man. It's amazing. That voice, the song, but the voice, the dancing. They couldn't see us, but we were dancing. So this is an amazing song. So what's the story behind this song? Of course, love. But
Well, to me, like, it's funny because as a writer, as a songwriter, like for me, it wasn't based off like a personal experience. But I will say that as a songwriter, I try to put myself in other people's shoes, kind of like getting into character mode, right? So I kind of picture myself as like, I'm this guy pursuing this girl, and I'm just trying to win her over, right? I'm trying to court her. It's probably a more classy way of saying it, but I don't think anyone really says that nowadays. But just like, it's kind of just talking about like that ebb and flow between, kind of like that stage of like attraction, right? And I'm like talking to this girl and like, this is how much you mean to me type of thing. And just this kind of back and forth. In my mind, I pictured it like a back and forth between like me having a conversation with this girl, and she's like, it's like flirting, right? It's like a bit of push, a bit of pull, and there's that attraction and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I really like that. And it's funky, man. It grooves totally. So, did you produce this yourself? Did you record this yourself?
I actually didn't produce this originally, but we kind of reproduced it because with the beats and stuff. I actually worked with a producer from my uni when I studied at uni. So we did music. He did music production, like composition and music production. So I asked him to do some stuff, but I wanted to be more hands-on with co-producing as well. So like there was like a little parts here and there in the background, like guitar. My friend played bass on it. Not the producer, it's like my other friend in my band. We do stuff live for my songs. And I helped co-produce it in terms of steering like the artistic vision for like where I wanted it to go. Because I think as an artist, I really do believe that artists are visionaries and we are producers in our own way, because we have our own our own ideas and our own concepts of where we want to go. And when it comes to working with producers, it's funny because that was like my first, I'd say like roughly first time working with producers, even if it was inside my uni environment. But I really do believe that it's like, for me, it's all about creative control and also creative collaboration, because I think when you can really flow and things just happen naturally, you don't have to force things. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the song. It's like if I'm talking to this girl, it's like I don't want to force this attraction. It's just, it is what it is,
Do you have a girl now that is being your muse, or many girls that are being your muse right now for any more songs? Or because I know you're writing these days.
Yeah, well, it's funny though. I wouldn't say, I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, but like, a guy's got to look right. But I will say though, like, I have like maybe like celebrity crushes. I don't know if that kind of counts, but I kind of those little crushes and whatever. Like I kind of use them as muses and a little bit of inspiration to fuel these type of love-based songs or attraction and stuff.
And that's really, I guess, what I wanted to get. Like I've been writing songs a lot in my life as well. I used to play music in Berlin a lot, and came over here to Australia and. For a while, it went back into a bit of a corner because I had, to bring up the dough for the kids, and which can be expensive at times. But I'm back, so I'm back with a vengeance. And I have one girl now, where I used to fall in love every day, 5 times a day before, and that was great inspiration. It was great to write 5 songs a day, but. Of which maybe you would say one. So when you write, you come up with the music first, or a beat, or maybe. Chorus, and what do you use maybe if you're on the road on a train, and how do you do, like you use a phone or something like that to record the idea, and what happens then?
Well, it's funny, right, because a lot of different artists, and I don't use that word lightly. Artists, yeah. A lot of artists, I'd say, they like we all have different creative processes when it comes to coming up with ideas for things. I find myself I try not to be too reliant upon one method, because I think that, I think that creativity, like in general, is very free flowing. So I feel like, some people would say like, oh, just go where the wind blows, I guess. Like, but for me, I try to have this balance where, and I'm doing this even at the moment, like even though we're currently in lockdown, where I think it's important to have structure when it comes to being creative, but at the same time, I think that that there should be a balance between being open to sort of a free-flowing creativity. So an example of what I would say is, lately actually I've been writing, top lining is a term actually used by songwriters and stuff. So that's like, top lining is like writing melodies or writing lyrics or both. I've lately been doing that to a lot of beats lately. Like sometimes I go on YouTube and be like, oh, this beat's pretty hot, pretty dope. So I just like start writing something to it. And even if I never use the beat, like I just use that as a reference to come up with lyrics, to come up with a melody. I will say when I write, I'm very melody based because I love melodies. And I think especially with pop music, like people love pop music because it's simple, it's familiar. There's some pop music that's have a variation, like This Love, I would say. So, yeah. But I love to focus on the melody and then I focus on the lyrics. It kind of like, I either do like either or. It's not really, it's weird. I'm like easy going with it, but at the same time, like when I'm in the zone, I just kind of hone in and where I'm going.
Go for it, man. Take it away.
Everybody wants a piece of the pie, but nobody understands there's a sacrifice. Don't mistake me, you keep doing what you do. And becoming who you are, you must prove to yourself it don't matter what they say. They can say what they like, and I'll let go my your path, walk out my way. This is my own life, and no, I'm on my own. And I have to be, and I have to be, but no, I'm not alone. 6 years, don't build me up, you can build me up right now. jumping hurdles just to make to the air. The reality of being in despair. Something your reasons that you desire. Thinking you want it more. If you stay where you're, stay with the crowd. I can move on. Oh, on my own. If I have to be, then I'll have to be. I know I'm not alone. This experience ain't gon' build me up. If you build me up, I'll never like before. Like before. I will find my feeling inside in this world. Oh, I'm on my own. If I have to be, then I'll have to be. I know I'm not alone. This experience is gonna build me up. It can build me up, but never like before. Like before. I will find my feeling inside in this world.
What's the name of the song? That was amazing. How cool is that?
The name of the song is called On My Own. So, a bit backstory in contrast to This Love. That song is pretty much, that's a more meaningful song for me. So I'm trying to, for my EP, I'm trying to create a balance where, or at least somewhat of a balance, or where, you know, you have your upbeat, kind of energetic, uplifting songs, but then I also have this other side to me where it's like I love writing songs that inspire me, that are very meaningful. And this song On My Own is actually meaningful to me because I find it as, the way I interpret it is like, you know, sometimes when you're, well, not sometimes, I'd say when you're going about what you want to do like in life, and when you want to find success in life, that will mean leaving behind, I guess it will require you to be, I don't know, it's just like you're kind of growing to another level, you know, in life. When you want to grow to another level, whether it's in your career or whatever it is, whatever season you're in, that will require you to be elevating to another level. And in doing that, like sometimes when you do that, the people who are with you, like at this current point, you will have to leave behind, because it's like, not in a negative sense, it's kind of like, because you want to grow.
I guess you're right. You know, some people are there just to actually get you to that evolutionary path, to get a better human being, or a different human being, whether it's better or worse, generally as an evolution, right? So it's, and some people, yes, are just there to help you do that. I left some people behind. I'm procrastinating on a song that is about a friend who died, but he's alive, you know, and there are situations in which that happens. So I totally get what you're coming from.
Yeah, it's one of those songs where it's like, to me, it's meaningful because it's like, yeah, like sometimes that means that you're gonna have to stand on your own, you know, for a season or for time. But like in the lyrics in the song, I say like, I'm on my own. If I have to be, then I'll have to be. But no, I'm not alone. This experience, it gonna build me up. So it's like, you know, it's an experience, it's a learning curve that I'm gonna go through, but maybe this is like, in order for me to elevate, you know, I'll find my way through it type of thing. And you find people and, you know, things will work out in the end.
Nice. So let's stay on your EP that you've just mentioned. When is it coming out, ideally? And are you signed to a label right now?
I am actually. I'm signed to a label called Chaco Music Group. So as you saw in the YouTube video, it's actually says there Chaco Music Group. So what I'm actually, because I'm technically like a new artist, so I'm still learning to do a lot of things, learning the ropes, learning a lot. Yeah, it's just a journey. This is my first EP, so it's kind of like my first introduction to the world, like for who I am as Wartabar. So it's going to be a lot of learning curves, a lot of stepping stones, and even now I'm just like, man, like I'm trying to use this time wisely so that I can create things, so that when we get, out of lockdown, hopefully all this stuff kind of ends. I can just be a lot more ready and a lot more fresh with creative ideas.
That's great. How are you enjoying the lockdown so far? We thought we were out.
I mean, I don't know if enjoying is the right word to use. I think enjoying it now. It's okay, man. Like I'm just trying to make the most of it. I think I can understand how easy it is for people to like feel really lonely in this time. So I really feel for people who are in this situation who do feel that way. And I think, it's a blessing that I'm a creative and that can start to churn out songs. And I think now is a really good time to start creating songs, but also like I think it's great as well because like with music out there, I think it's uplifting during this time, you know what I mean? And I think I can keep creating stuff and eventually put stuff out there. It'll be cool.
The EP is coming out when? And how many songs do you think you're gonna have on it?
I will just say soon, but I will say that there are 6 songs on the EP. So it's really cool because each of them is like, I'm wanting to do pop music, right? Or techno, I should say I am doing pop music. They're all different variations of pop, This Love's kind of funky. This one on my own is kind of like cinematic, a bit more emotional, which is cool. Orchestral, I guess. I got another track, which is like contemporary Afro beats, one that's kind of like dancehall / reggaeton kind of vibes. Another one which is 60s like Motown R&B, but with I guess trap beats kind of over it.
Sweet, that sounds interesting.
Really interesting.
Nice.
It's like 60s meets that, and then another tune went through a phase where I was like, I guess I'm still kind of in that phase, but I was inspired by listening to Brazilian music, so bossa nova, bossa nova music. I combine that with like elevator music. So I combine that with trap, actually, which is really cool. So it's like bossa nova and combined with trap, which makes a pop song. That's also another meaningful song, but I won't say too much because you'll hear it in the EP.
Keep up, guys, and subscribe to this channel. And if you have and you want to follow Wartabar, you can find him on Instagram as Wartabar_, which is now on screen. You can see that, and of course, you'll find all these links on our podcast and on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. You'll find it everywhere. So just keep the love going there. The beats. You have an incredible sense of rhythm. You're actually not from Australia. You're originally, well, you are Australian, I'd imagine now, but as well. But where are you originally from, and whether the beats come from your culture there and from your family or not, or influences?
I'm actually originally from Papua New Guinea. So for those who don't know, Papua New Guinea is pretty much like 3 hours away from Australia, like just above Australia. So if you look on the world map, it's funny because a lot of my music, like growing up, we have like our own kind of traditional tribal kind of music, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny because it's very simplified. In terms of the very traditional music, it's very simplified. But we also have like island reggae. Because technically, well, I wouldn't say technically, I am a Pacific Islander, so it's kind of an all across the board thing. Like if you're an Islander, like you kind of, at one point in your life, you just come across reggae or island reggae, which is cool. So for me, I think I've always been inspired by rhythm. Like even by going back home to PNG. Like I remember when I was there in 2004.
Was that the last time?
I went there 2 years ago, actually. 2 years ago. which is good to visit family. But when I was there, I actually schooled for a year back home, which is cool. But we did like our traditional dances, traditional ceremonies, and a lot of them were actually very beach driven. And it's funny because growing up, I was like, I don't know, I was just really like, I was just that funky guy, that funky like groover. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like it wasn't necessarily like very like to the metric, like, oh, it's very rhythmic in this sense, right? I guess I was just embraced that part of my culture, and I was just like, wow, look, this is really, really cool. And that kind of took me onto this journey of discovering more music in the rhythmic sense. And then when I came to Australia, because I came here like when I was like 4 or 5, and then I just started listening to other types of music. It's actually funny because I started out with music from home. We have a lot of like choirs at home, like grow up in churches, and so we have like choirs and everyone's coming in and singing along and stuff. So like there's the influence of that and traditional music. We have like we call them string bands at home. So we have our own form of music, which is actually like island reggae, which is cool. And then coming here, like I grew up and like listening to, I don't know, everything from country music to rock to pop, and then I just started infusing all these things, and I guess I got a whole eclectic plethora of sounds now.
For the beats, this it is the Italian that comes out in me. For the beats.
You gotta express what a beats.
For the beats, do you make the beats, and how and what do you make them on? What's your DAW of choice, your programming tools, what do you use? And
well, it's funny because I actually, so I'm getting back into it again with production, but I actually I'm actually using Logic Pro X at the moment.
Same.
It's good, man. Like I just love the interface. It's smooth. Well, not smooth all the time. Sometimes you have issues, but that's like any DAW, right?
There's so much.
I think
underneath there is so much, but it's the interface is so Logic, simple.
100%, yeah. Before Logic, I used Fruity Loops actually, yeah. But like not just Fruity Loops like to what it is now, like way back when all you could make is beats, like literally just beats.
It was like a drum machine, and you had like your slots and your buttons, like.
Yeah, and man, like I had a lot of fun, like way back. And most people probably now would only know Fruity Loops for like what it was, but back then it was just a drum machine, and it was freaking sick. Like I that's what really helped me like internalize a lot more grooves and rhythms. And now I'm using Logic, and I'm at the moment like just kind of reiterating, sort of like learning things about like the fundamentals of knowledge of learning to produce and making beats and stuff. It also helps that like because when I was at uni, I also took like a drum skills class, which is cool. So I was like, oh, I'm like gonna check this out, and it was so cool because I loved that because he played like rock and funk and all that kind of stuff, and that just helped solidify everything. Like whether I'm in the studio or whether I'm in a live setting, it helps either way, so I can help direct like my vision and where I want to go with things. But if things change, I just got to adapt or whatever. Like I'll adapt. Just
so now you have back to the label. I guess how. I guess it'd be interesting from everyone listening to us. Know that other musicians they are listening to this, and I would like them to actually get some more tip and insights on how to promote their music and how not everyone maybe is suited for label collaboration, but how do you get that exposure that actually brought you there? What tools and tips you could share with those who are listening to us to actually promote yourself to actually get to that level?
I'm actually in the process of learning myself about what it means to produce, like to promote myself. Like when I first started out with music, I was like, oh, it's just about making music. But I realized, man, like that's like 20% of the way. Like everything else, there's so much more involved. So if there's one thing tools and tips I would say, and I'm speaking to myself as well because I'm still learning with this, is to learn more about how you can effectively promote yourself online, offline as well, of course, but like online, it is very time consuming. So there's different options. Like there's like paying other people to help, promote you, which I'm looking into that route, like, down the line, like in the near future. And then there's like, but I think there's so much that we can do, because I think as artists, we are our own we're our own walking billboards, or, promoters, right? Because, we are the commodity, and the product is our music. So we want to share it with people, but we don't want to try to force it down people's throat. We don't want to be like a salesman type of thing. I mean, we want to sell it, but like, we want it to be organic. One thing I would just say is just like to find ways to organically do that. You can't always control the outcome of like how people will respond to you, but you can just do your best to do what you can to promote. And that's what I would say. And, that's the journey I'm on. And, you're always learning things, you're always growing. Whether you're with a label or not, you just gotta, like keep believing in what you're doing, and I guess put your nose to the grind and find out ways to make things work. Like believe in yourself, have a good mentality, but even beyond that, just figure out ways to strategically do things as well. So
nice, thanks for that. And what music are you listening to these days apart from yours?
Yeah, to be honest, man, like apart from my own, like I only listen to my music. I mean, like in terms of enjoyment, yes, but I really listen to my music critically more than anything. I listen to other people's music more than I listen to my own. At the moment, I've been listening to a lot of like contemporary R&B, contemporary, like, that kind of trap bass kind of stuff. I don't listen to it all the time, but I've been listening to that. I've been listening to salsa, and at the moment, getting a little bit into jazz and Afrobeat as well, which is cool.
So. Sweet. That's really nice. I am listening instead I've discovered or rediscovered this contemporary German composer called Max Richter, and you know him?
No, I'm just saying go.
He's amazing. So if you like a bit of classical music every now and then, and I do, I listen to, I have this really nice 70s amp here, and everything sounds good through it. But radio, and classic radio, sounds amazing.
I love classical. Like I've actually, classical has been inspiring me a lot more in terms of, because I like to, when I direct like a band for myself, I like to write charts, and I like to incorporate. Lately I've been getting into strings. So I've been listening to a lot of, well, not a lot, but my kind of current inspirations are more like Antonio Vivaldi.
You should check out Max Richter then, because what I was going to say is that he has, he's done this series, it's called Recomposed. So he has recomposed the Four Seasons in a more modern way. So the whole, you can hear, I've heard that before, but it's modern and it's amazing. Max Richter, check it out.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I am Wartabar. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, also recently on TikTok, so that's going to be cool. So let's check that out. And feel free to check out my music and stay up to date.
Super cool. Well, thanks for joining us, and make sure to go and check him out, and also to subscribe to this podcast. And my name is Eric Striparo, as you might have figured out by now, and we'll see you next time. I would like you, to subscribe here, there, I don't know where, but we're all gonna do it. And what about, would you like, or could you play us another little outro or something for the show?
Sure.
Thank you. And while Wartabar gets his axe ready, sonic weapon of mass destruction, here we go with Wartabar, and let's hope that the guitar is in tune this time.
Always important. This other song is a song I wrote a while ago, actually, and I was a little, Justin Bieber type, like lover boy. I guess I'm still kind of like that, but I'm not sure. This one is a song I wrote called I Need You. And it's a love song, and hope you enjoy it.
When I look into your eyes, it's like I'm being hypnotized. Every single move you make, every single breath you take, everything around me reminds me of you. I can't tell the difference between lies and truth. You wake up in the morning just to hear me say, I need you by my side here every day. 'Cause I need you with me by my side. There's something I need to emphasize, and I love you till the day I die. I'll be loving you day and night. I remember the first time that we met. As we got to know each other well. 'Cause I know that this might sound cliche, but sparks were flying in the air. A current electricity changing up the atmosphere. Because I need you with me by my side. That's something I need to emphasize. And I love you till the day I die. I'll be loving you day and night. We're together, can't believe it's a dream come true. Oh, girl, without you, I don't know what I will do. I know that this might sound cliche, but sparks were flying in the air. Like current electricity changing up the atmosphere. Because I need you with me by my side. There's something I need to emphasize. And I love you till the day I die. I'll be loving you day and night. Because I need you with me by my side. That's something I need to emphasize. And I love you till the day I die. I'll be loving you day and night.
Guys, I am Wartabar. Thank you for watching. Here with the awesome Eric Shapiro. This is Unsung Songs Sydney. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz, and stay tuned for more.
Thank you very much. That was it. It's in the
Sweet.
can. I'm gonna it's done. Thank you very much.